support, and our ministry will support. If hard to reach areas, unstable countries can have RBF implementation, then I see no reason why in the Gambia we cannot implement RBF.
The Vice President and Minister of Women's Affairs, Her Excellency Ajia Dr. Aissatou Njie Saidi, expressed optimism that the project will succeed as it would improve health and nutrition of women and children.
Increased proportion of pregnant women booking for antenatal care during the first trimester of pregnancy, and continued antenatal care checkups for at least 3 more times after the first visit. And of course, secondly, reduced delays for referrals of pregnant women with suspected problems or complications to health centers through the establishment of an evacuation system at community level and the prompt evacuation of the women when the need arises.
The successful implementation of the project, officials believe, will immensely contribute to the attainment of the MDGs, which the Gambia has already achieved tremendous gains. Mamadou Jallow, GRTS.
After sweeping the polls in the recent Kiang West by-election, Honorable Menata Njie on Wednesday swore to do what is required of her as a member of the National Assembly. Before her fellow legislators, cabinet ministers and APRC bigwigs, the two-pronged program held at the National Assembly also saw the adoption of motions on conventions relating to the status of stateless persons. We hope to bring you more on those developments in our subsequent news bulletins. Top government officials, among them the Vice President and Women's Affairs Minister Ajia Dr. Aissatou Njie Saidi, on Saturday evening graced the 5th edition of the Miss July 22nd Scholarship Beauty Pageant. Fatou Janembai tells us more about the annual event held to recognize and reward female students in secondary and tertiary schools with 2 sought after gifts, beauty and brains.
A night of extraordinary beauty and remarkable history that brought together family members, loved ones, friends and well-wishers to cheer and support their favorite contestants and see them through to the finals of the beauty pageant. Unlike many pageants, the 22nd July Scholarship Pageant, centered on the theme Promoting Positive Attitudinal Change for Sustainable Development, the Role of the Youth, is a platform aimed at harnessing the full potentials of girls and providing them with educational opportunities for positive development. The pageant, a brainchild of the Gambian leader, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya J.J. Jammeh, started in 2008. It brings together female students from senior secondary schools and tertiary institutions to showcase their talents in different ways. They are also opportune through their respective platforms to talk about burning issues affecting their lives and in particular education. The Tourism and Culture Minister, on behalf of her colleague Minister Fatou Lamin Faye, thanked the President for the initiative as well as his financial and moral support.
The pageant accord girls and young ladies throughout the country the opportunity to exhibit their beauty and potentials as future leaders in a gender-balanced society, engendered within the framework of promoting positive attitudinal change for sustainable development. You will agree with me that the youth have an unarguable role to play. This event is structured in the form of a competition, the winners of which are provided with scholarships to further their education to the highest level possible.
Minister Fatou Diop Njie was quick to note that the pageant is not meant to encourage unacceptable behavior or expose the very vulnerable and valuable female students to any type of social danger, but a platform associated with beauty as well as exposing and promoting positive attitudinal change as encapsulated in the theme for this year's event.
Positive attitudinal change for sustainable development in this issue is essential. The principles and ideals upon which the pageant was founded eliminate superiority and inferiority complexes, prejudice and bias towards female students, and the context through which they are transformed into world citizens at an early age. Pursuing the outcome of the pageant necessitates the use of platforms by contestants and talent to showcase their diverse skills. This is based on the principle of beauty and brains, the process of which nurtures assertiveness, self-esteem, self-actualization, and above all, self-confidence.
The first round of the pageant provides the beauty queens the opportunity to don African attire and introduce their respective platforms, while the audience listened attentively. The second round was also about showcasing talent and skills in different ways. After the nail-biting moments and suspense, the results of the final round were disclosed by the panel of judges headed by Abisar.
The winner of Miss 22nd July Scholarship Pageant 2013 is Hadijatu Haidara. Okay.
In the tertiary level, Miss Congeniality went to Hadijatu Danso of GTTI, who also scooped the title of first runner-up, while Miss Photogenic was again won by Hadijatu Haidara of MDI, and the title of second runner-up went to Amina Tamani of the University of the Gambia.
And the winner, the very lucky winner, I've got goosebumps announcing this.
Say it. We should just go home.
Is
we should
the
just
very
go home.
talented and the very beautiful Emma Frida Gomez. Emma Frida Gomez is a senior secondary school winner.
In the senior secondary school category, the title of Miss Congeniality went to Layla Hamoud, while Elizabeth A. Kamara of Armitage, who also scooped the title of second runner-up, grabbed the title of Miss Photogenic. The first runner-up went to Yamalin Jai. This year's competition was graced by the Vice President and Minister for Women's Affairs, Her Excellency Dr. Ajar Aisatun Jai Seidi, the Secretary Cabinet Nuha Toure, Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, and Cabinet Ministers, among a host of other dignitaries. The elegant night was punctuated with live performances by Pa Omar Jag and the Jefjel Band, Badi Bunkar and the Humanity Band. The special night of showcasing beauty within the framework of cultural diversity finally wrapped up with pleasant smiles on the faces of the winners and their loved ones, memories they will live to remember. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Fatou Janembai.
Debating clubs from tertiary schools have been battling it out for supremacy at KMC's multipurpose hall. The topic for the debate, organized by the University of the Gambia and funded by Action Aid International The Gambia, was From Peace in the Home to Peace in the World. Nekumba Demba has the details.
The intertertiary debate organized by the Action Aid International in partnership with the University of the Gambia Students' Union. After a period of exciting competition in earlier rounds, the debate reached its conclusion. The final pits Gambia Technical Training Institute against the University of the Gambia after both schools emerged imperious and peerless during the course of the competition. The topic of discussion is the policies of the international financial organizations, IMF and World Bank, and whether they benefit rural women. The exciting argument saw the University of the Gambia speaking for the motion and GTTI went against the motion. The two sides slugged it out in the presence of important personalities and students who also shared their views about the theme.
The theme for the last 2 years continues to be From Peace in the Home to Peace in the World. Let's challenge militarism and end violence against women. The theme is maintained after an open call for input. Feedback was received from the 16 days network of partners, activists, organizations working on human rights, gender-based violence, and social justice throughout the world.
Both sets of students and their entourage of supporters made the debate a very lively contest.
The policies of the Bretton Woods institution have also salvaged the economies of many nations in the world by helping to alleviate poverty and hunger, whose major victims are women and children.
You will not agree with me. IMF, World Bank do help in agricultural sector. But if they are helping, are we receive the benefits? No. Because till now, the poor women are still suffering.
I would like to tell you that